Hi, good morning, everybody. It is March 16th, and this is the plan of attack for today. If you haven't seen this before, this is basically my plan on how I'm looking to trade the 0 days to expiration SPX options and also ES futures. All right, so first things first, I was waiting to put this out since I can right now during spring break. I don't have to get my kids to school right now. Um, I was waiting for the unemployment claims come out, and you see actual was 192, they're forecasting 205. And so I was waiting for that to come out, see if we get the market moving. But in reality, I think the market is probably waiting for this. They're waiting to see what the European Central Bank does as far as or interest rates go. And that will certainly get the market moving, and that comes out in approximately 10 minutes. So as I'm recording this, it may actually move, but it's okay. And this was requested in a comment earlier in one of the previous videos is like you need to formulate your plan before everything starts moving, in a sense of if this happens, then I'm doing this, or if this happens, then I'm doing that before the chaos unfolds. So you're better prepared for it. And hopefully today I could kind of help explain that as well. So, like I said, this is all going to be coming out here shortly. It wouldn't hurt to be patient after all this information comes out to see which way it goes. So waiting 15 minutes after the open till they're done talking, or I don't know, that may be when it starts. But just be on your toes today as far as how everything unfolds. Now, as far as big picture goes, right? So me, where I feel I get this edge in these trades is, it sounds arrogant when I say this, but having the ability to somewhat forecast how I expect today's candle to close. And if I could kind of base how I expect today's candles to close, and then I could go from there, go to an intraday standpoint, and place my day trades to base off of that analysis. So, big picture is we are currently getting stuffed at the daily 200 SMA, a very important line in the sand. We're below this point of control, which is where we've been oscillating, keep on getting rejected as well. And this is a 2-year point of control. So for the last 2 years, where's all the volume transacted? Right here at this level. So that level points where the most volume has occurred, and that's also where we're below as well. All right, so we're below here. We're getting hit at the 200. The bearish scenario is the easiest play right now, simply because we're below all the key moving averages, we're below all the volume, and I'll show you that here in a moment. And the squeezes look negative as well. But nothing, I mean, everything right now, if anything with the interest rate change will certainly shake the market around. So anything's possible. But being mindful of on the ES of basically 39.48, or we'll call it 39.47. We'll cut it short a little bit. It's the 200-day SMA. Right is where we got stuff last night at the or when the open happened last night. So big picture, I like the bearish scenario. And if you see this purple dotted line, all it is a level of support and resistance that I drew across here. So we have it here and here. Actually, I'll circle it. So it was support here, became resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, broke out above it, and now it became support, and now we're oscillating near it. So it's a key level, and this level is basically 39.10. We'll call it 39.10. All right, cool. So that's big picture. Let's narrow it in some. All right, so this is my weekly volume profiles right here. And what I am looking at from this perspective is I like to look at to see where the overnight volume was. Are we above it or below it? So overnight, so we had this, so price oscillated down here, right? Oh, these are my daily profiles, actually. Forgive me. Weekly is one more over. Yeah, we're right above it, but we'll go to the daily. As price oscillated down here after this big sell-off, right? It oscillated down here. Then it finally broke out. And as it broke out, did we hold or break as we rallied? So we oscillated again. We broke lower. And then we rallied back up, retested that level, which is 39.39, failed, and went down. We're right at the weekly VWAP and that support level. So it's, it's a It's kind of a tricky situation, if you will. And if we take it one step further from there, going into the squeezes, excuse me, I have a 1 hour, 30 minute, and 15 minute. There is an hourly squeeze going on. We are below the 21 EMA and the 34 EMA. They look like they might start to be crossing negative. As far as moving averages go, I have noticed that the 34 EMA and 21 EMA as they cross negative does usually point the direction of the trend pretty well. I would swing trade that method quite a bit, but narrowed it down to an intraday perspective as well. But it looks like they're starting to cross negative here while we're in a hourly squeeze. There is a 30-minute squeeze that is currently negative, but we are extended, so if we could get a rally here, it potentially go back down. At the moment, it does look like it wants to do that. And then on the 15-minute, we're down on the 2 ATR, just oscillating as well, as the squeeze hasn't fired yet, but it is kind of just chopping around there. All this in a nutshell is the squeezes look like they're setting up to the downside. And there are squeezes, so whatever volatile direction the market decides to go means there could be momentum in that direction. All right, so now that I painted big picture, let's go down to the little picture. All right, so all that information is great. How do I plan to trade it? Okay. And a quick little show on this. So like I mentioned, we have the 30-minute squeeze going negative. We have some high lows pointing down as well, sell signals, and also sell signals here on the 5-minute. We're on that level of support I mentioned, and 39.47, which is right at these highs right here, which is right where the 200-day SMA is. I'll probably draw that on there in a moment. So if we go up, we're hitting the daily 5 EMA, the daily 8 EMA, and the daily 200. But if we can break lower, we have less support to get through. So I'll play it both ways as far as setups go. So bearish scenario, say like everything I pointed out to you is in the bearish mindset, right? Below all the key moving averages, sell signal. 30-minute squeeze going negative. High-low sell signals. We're below all of the key moving averages and the VWAP. So bearish scenario, in 4 minutes, news is going to come out. And if we get a break below this level, and then volatility occurs and potentially a rally up into these key moving averages, even if we break it and then rally up above it, I'll still consider a short down into it just because we're below the key moving averages. But I would like to see it at least tested, rallied up into those moving averages, and we get sell signals, I'll take a short there. But I do need to let it shake out some. Now, what about bullish scenario? So the market loves it as it's right here on top of support. It goes, yeah, breaks through these key moving averages. And then at that point, all I would like is a pullback to the VWAP, and I'll take it back up. But you are going to have to watch 39.47, which is right here, which is where the daily 200 SMA is. Actually, doing what I'll do, I will do this right now. Let's double check it, because I don't want any false information. Daily 200, 39.47.68. 39.47, and then I'll just put 68. Then my 200s are always kind of this pinkish color. I'll make it kind of large. Then I'll do this. My daily 200 SMA. That way I know what I'm watching for. That's kind of like to me, that's going to be a pretty big wall to get over. We can spike right through it, and if we do, great. But that is something I think you're going to have to watch out for. Okay, so just a quick recap so everyone's on the same page. That was kind of a lot, I'm sure. So if the market loves it, say we're oscillating here, right? We push up through the key moving averages, we pull back to VWAP. I want to buy that dip, but being watching out for this level here. And then if I'm going to play bearish scenario, the setup I do like. I like the market to spike lower, come back up, retest these key moving averages, get sell signals, and take it back down. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. But it's going to be volatile, and see what happens. But everyone have a great day, and tell me how you do today. Let me know what happens with you. Have a good day, everybody. See you again tomorrow. Take care.